Hey everyone! So, we are on to a new episode today. Turnabout Samurai. Ugh! You had disgraced me for the last time. Oh, something. The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood! Okay. The moon? No, it is you who should gaze upon the moon, for it will be the last moon you will ever see. Sounds cool. See you in hell, evil magistrate! Okay, some fighting. The warrior's swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows! Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. Okay, October 14th, 5:31 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Yeah, bitch, it's mine now. That rocked! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa, stop waving that broom around! Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. I was only staring right at you. Of course I'm here. What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? Oh, he's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17? See, I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24? Wow, I thought he was a lot older for some reason. Then watch it with me. He's really cool, and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I really worry about kids these days. What's wrong with that? That sounds cool. Gramps! Oh, he was calling me. She was calling me Gramps, I got it. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. Oh, be careful what you wish for, Nick. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time, but no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law offices. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. Maybe we should just kill someone to give ourselves some business. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Ooh. Hello? This is Phoenix. Nick! Oh, there goes my cat, shaking the camera. Maya, what? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain! Okay, y'all, so, I didn't know that my cat, Winry, had got on my keyboard and she had stopped my recording after the first 3 minutes that I just played. So, I played this episode for a whole other hour before I realized I wasn't recording anything. So that was cool. So I'm gonna replay what I did. I mostly just investigated and talked a lot to people, so I'm just gonna kind of more quickly go through that. Yeah, so that was disappointing. And I'm not gonna read through everything again. Okay, so we found out that the guy that played the samurai guy actually killed, well, they think actually killed the, villain on the show. The actor who plays the villain. Will Powers plays the Steel Samurai. And the victim was Jack Hammer. The evil magistrate. And Maya's like a gigantic fan of this show. And she gets really excited that we have to go investigate it. He calls us and wants us to represent him. Okay, I did examine the office. It's just like some kind of different text about the objects here. Okay, what should we do? Sightseeing. Okay, and then we'll go to the detention center where we meet Will Powers with his wads of chest hair. It's him in the flesh. He's not as intimidating as he looks. He did it. Murder at least once, maybe twice. And she gets all scared of him. She's like, no, it's fine, please don't hurt me. You know, as usual, they just arrested him without any kind of solid proof or anything, you know, they just think it was him. He's worried about what the kids will think. He's a good guy. Okay. So, tell us what happened. It was yesterday. The cast went to the studios, went through a few action sequences at 10 that morning, a rehearsal scheduled for 5, but then the evil magistrate was found dead. Jack Hammer. The samurai spear. Phoenix has, like, no idea what this show is supposed to be. Neo Old Tokyo. Who comes up with these names? Which is funny, considering the names in this game are kind of laughable. Where were you on the day of the murder? He came in at 9, worked through some action scenes until noon, but he was tired, so he went to take a little nappy. Woke up after 5, so he rushed there and the guy was already dead. Arrested him on the spot. Surprise, surprise. Global Studios. Okay. And then we'll go straight there, where we meet a funny character. Her old bag. You there! You want in, you gotta go through me! So she gives us a really hard time. She keeps calling us youths. Yeah. Oh yeah, she goes through this all very fast. Sounds like a life of ease. Nick? Will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I mean, maybe. Okay. Let's see what she has to say. So she's a security guard. Wow. Hammer used to be a big star. She says he's been reduced to playing villains, but I think villains are cool. Mr. Will Powers. Damn. She's saying he's ugly. Of course he's guilty. I know everything. Yeah, sure. The ultimate action hero. Should I have heard of that? An accident during filming 5 years ago. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. Yeah. She really doesn't like villains, I guess. Okay, so she was here from 1 to 5. She says that she saw him go by, and he was the only person to go to where the victim was. But he says he was sleeping. But nobody can prove that he was sleeping. Except she's in charge of the security cameras, so that's a little shady. Okay, and she wants us to get a letter of request. Which we can do very quickly. My cats are fighting now right next to me. Play fighting. Yeah, so we'll go back. And he'll give us the letter. They all think I did it. Not at all. I mean, we talked to one person only, so... You weren't hiding anything, are you? I mean, he's probably hiding something, but he certainly didn't do it, I don't think. I was sleeping, I promise. You have to believe me. Winry. No, I'm not letting her near my keyboard again. I swear on my mama's grave, he's gotta be telling the truth. Yeah, I think because he was in his costume, I think. At the time, right? He would have put it on to go to rehearsal, so... I think someone else was wearing his costume. The security lady is terrible. Okay, so there we go. Gave us the letter. Yep, so now we can go right back. Oh, present, right. Alright, ma'am. I can't believe her name is Oldbag. That's crazy. There we go with youths again. Only left towards the studios. Okay, we got a map of the place. 50 cents a piece! Okay. And I think that was it. Okay, so then we'll go to the studio outside. And here's Gumshoe! Good old Dick. Aren't you that murderer from the other day? Sloppy detective work. You hurt his feelings, whatever. We're here to investigate. Okay. So, how's your investigation going? I think he says he won't tell us anything. But then he does anyway. Mind if I take a look at what you got? The latest version of the autopsy report. Keep me up to date here. Okay, so we see that Jack was killed 10:15 at 2:30, pierced through the chest by a spear. And why was he arrested? The murder took place right over there, and he was the only one that entered at the time. Yeah, I still think they need some more solid evidence or suspicions that he actually did it to arrest him, but he said, what a charmer, that lady. She gave me a donut and some coffee. That's all he needs to make him happy. Okay, and she gave him a photo. A photo from the security camera of supposedly Will going into the studio. That's still not quite evidence that he committed murder. Go wherever you like. Yep. Okay. So that was it. So we find out that the studio is locked. And we need a card key card. I would say key card. So this is supposed to be some kind of monkey thing. Yeah, which I don't understand. Yeah, that doesn't look like a monkey. Looks kind of busted. Yeah, he says the wind knocked the head off and that tree down, which seems really odd. And then we have the camera, pretty much, that took the picture. I think that's the most important things here. A number plate on the camera. ST1307. Okay, that might be important later. Okay, so we'll go back here because we can't go any further yet. Okay, the security lady's stuffing her face with donuts. Yeah, it's really weird she gave him that photo, like, immediately. Well, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so then I think that was it. Oh, she does have more to say. Why didn't you tell us about the photo? Oh, that. Yeah. Just to the left from here is the gate with the camera. Yeah. Hammer went into the studio just before 1. The murder happened right around 2:30. The only person to go through was Bowers. Okay, we've established that like 3 different times already. Maybe it was you? Was the victim a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. He was great as the bearded samurai. Yeah. She thinks it was disgraceful that he's playing a villain. It automatically snaps a photo of whoever goes by it. And she says apparently records the time, like she doesn't know or look at these pictures every fucking day, like she just said. Okay. Now we can go to the employee area, which I thought was weird because she had just said that nobody's allowed that way. Look, it's his dressing room! Okay, so the window is frosted glass. Nobody can see inside. The door is not locked, so we can go in there. And she wants to take a souvenir. Okay. Vending machine, lunch, electric bike. I don't know if that's important, but this is pretty important over here. The metal grate has been taken off. A kid could fit through there. If you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. So somebody definitely snuck in. Probably stole his costume and then went to kill the guy. And then something similar here about the grate. It's a little bent. So somebody bent it getting it out of there. Okay, that was pretty much the important stuff, I'm pretty sure. So we can go in the dressing room. Okay. No one actually saw him taking a nap. Okay, so we see that it looks like someone was sleeping. Something about the window? It's locked. Okay. Yeah, and remember, the dressing room door wasn't locked at all, which is weird. So somebody could have totally just came in here. Let's see. Costumes, tea. This is his wig or whatever. Here's what we want. The bag. But we found his key card. Studio 1. Okay, and then she wants to snoop in the bag some more. Okay, so we're gonna go back. Okay, and nothing else. Studio 1. Okay, nothing else for him. Oh, so we have to examine it. Alright, we got in. And now we'll go inside. Okay, so this is where the murder took place. Doesn't it give you the shivers? Okay, so we'll examine this real quick. They outlined where his body was, found in the costume. I expected a spear stabbing would leave a few bloodstains, which is a good point. There's no blood. Okay, she gets excited about all the equipment and shit in here. I think I have to do this to trigger another person to show up. Yeah, here we go. No touching! Penny! She's an assistant. WP, she calls him. She said he'd never hurt a fly. Okay, I don't remember what she says. Let's see. I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant. The studio isn't doing so well. Yesterday was only rehearsal. Okay. In the morning, we went through the action sequences. Okay, both people were there along with everyone else. Alright, and then they took a lunch break. Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. That's the victim. Then WP went into his dressing room. Presumably to take a nap. And she didn't see anyone after that. Okay, she didn't know he was asleep. Okay. There's been something that's bothering me. Okay, that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. Sensed? Yes, several times. Some other employees, maybe? She said, no, I don't think so. So, probably whoever came through that grate. Someone from outside. Wouldn't security lady have noticed them? Yeah, but not if they came through the grate. Okay. So you sensed someone was here? I think. Okay, so that's all we get out of her, and we've already investigated. Okay, so we're gonna go back to security lady. You're still here? You look as though you've seen a ghost. I saw that suspicious look on your face. I think this is about where I got to before I stopped. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of death was 2:30? Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Alright, you better tell me, and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin! Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Her? She's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins are like that nowadays. Oh lord, there she goes again. Respecting your elders, blah blah blah. She left. She just ranted and then left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Yes, examine the computer. The computer, yeah, that runs the cameras. Maybe we can see that photo. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Yeah! Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. First, I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. That was when the security lady arrived. Ooh, yeah. Oh, STI 3. I think it was 307. ST1. 307. Pretty sure. Good. It printed out the data. Oh, that was quick. Okay, let's see. Okay. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. Maybe we can match up their heights and see. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. October 15th, 2 p.m. Photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Ooh. She tampered with it. I bet she deleted it. Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yep. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said! Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke, so are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. It's probably not, now that they're saying that. Oh man, and that's how close I was to the ending of that part. Okay, yes please. Okay. That one. Okay, I keep going a little bit more. October 18th. 2 days later, right? Alright, we're back in court. Trial of Mr. Will Powers. Edgeworth again. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Oh boy. He always looks so confused. If you would briefly describe this case to the court? I'll explain with the guide map. Okay. This is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. Oh, excuse me. The security lady was here at 1 p.m. Past the security station, there is a gate. Past that gate are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Okay. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m., the production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. Samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case, in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to the whole thing again? No, I'm good. I got it. Okay. The murder weapon was a spear. How medieval! Okay. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Oh my god. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Oh my god. Your name, please! Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Oh my god. Your name, please! Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag. Oh my god. Just call me Grandma. Oh lord. Other children would make fun of me. The captain of the chess team, he called me an old bag, something. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. The witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder. Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. Alright. Alright, we're gonna be careful here. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Oh my god. This is so funny. Okay. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Okay, we're gonna fucking press her. I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Press! So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no, but the main gate was locked. You need an employee card key to get in. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived? Poor old Hammer and the rest. Okay. Okay. I had some errands to run. Presser! What fucking errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question! Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know? What? Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always! Oof, never missed one in all my years. A little obsessed. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. Okay. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Let me see. We don't have a lot. We have the autopsy report. Guide map. Okay. That's not gonna help us yet. Card key, the photo. Okay, this photo was taken at 2. Okay. And then we just have the spear. Okay. It was until 5. Murder happened at 2:30. Presser. 2? You're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. I'm gonna press her again. Say, how do you know it was him? So you saw Mr. Powers. That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. Secret weapon? Am I supposed to present the the photo? At 2 p.m. Does she say it's at 2? At 2 p.m. Yeah, that is the last thing she says. I'm gonna present it. Or Miss Oldbag. Just because he's in the costume, it doesn't mean it was him. That you saw Mr. Powers, but you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? I mean, no. No, they can't! Well, I mean, I wonder? True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that! I wasn't born yesterday! No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers. Nosy old man. Oh my god. If anyone said that to the judge, man, that wouldn't go well. She said she had proof. Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He said that wasn't good for evidence, but he still arrested the guy anyway? He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Okay. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, how come that wasn't mentioned before? Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Nah. That would have come up before now. So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. She's got to be hiding something. I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. Damn. So, he sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt! What the fuck? Let's just skip over that part. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue. We're gonna have to speak to her again. He broke one of the props. Yeah, press her some more. His own samurai spear. The murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. Okay. Okay, a break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Yeah. Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained? Well, that's what she literally just said. Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Yeah, but if you're gonna say I was taking a nap, just say I sprained my ankle, so I was resting. I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. I think that's probably very important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object, come on. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. If they had, I would have seen them. That's it. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Alright. The time of death was 2:30. That is true. Okay, let's see what she says. Quite. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody's suspicious looking. Okay, no one else went there. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. You call me Grandma, and I'll call you Edgy Boy. So weird. Even he's like, don't call me that. Old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. Something for you to look forward to. Damn, that's mean. Okay. Alright. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. Who doesn't love donuts? Okay. We already presented the photo. What else are we supposed to get out of this conversation? Oh, sorry. What about before you got to the guard station? Before 1? everyone was in the employee area. And I locked the main gate. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Oh. Oh, man. 2:30, right? That is what it says. Now... Okay. The main gate was locked. Okay. So nobody could have gotten in. I don't think we're supposed to present anything else yet. Time of death was 2:30. The only person I saw... Did I already press her on this point? Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's all she says. There's only like 4 lines of dialogue for me to go off of. If they had, I would have seen them. Let me look at the map again. Well, I guess she would have seen anybody come through the main gate. Oh my god, it's just the same thing. I must have to present something. Time of death was 2:30. That's correct. She knows because, Gumshoe told her. The only person I saw before then was Will Powers. We can't make it a thing that it's, that this is photo number 2, right? I think that should be addressed. Because clearly there's a photo number 1 before then. Let me see. No one else went there. It might be here? Because if she's saying no one else, but we say it's photo number 2... Possibly? That's my reasoning. I'm gonna try it again. Objection! This might be wrong. Look at this photograph one more time. Taken at the gate for the studios. So it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. It's also true that the computer records all security cam data. Okay, I think we might be getting to the point I was trying to make. Yes. Okay, I did it right then. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Yeah. The computer only held data for 1 photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Little sus, as you might say. Shouldn't this be photo number 1 if it was the only photo? Hell yeah. Tell the court what you mean. That's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for 1 of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Maybe the one that works for the, in the security booth with the computer? Exactly, bitch. You watch your mouth. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. I don't understand these newfangled computer things. What the fuck ever. Edgy boy, help! Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? That's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. What? I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day, after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Oh, silly me, I'm just old. I forgot. I threw out all the photos, all the evidence. This is the first I've heard of this. I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Okay. We'll just press her. Another job. I check all the people that pass by the main gate. I look closely at every one of the photos. Do you back up all of the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. Oh, wow. She should lose her damn job. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. Wow. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. I remember throwing out one photo that day. Who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy? Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. But then she's the one always going to every rehearsal. That's weird. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and... they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. She thinks everybody's a fucking child compared to her. So on the photo that you erased... it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. Take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and prosecution to consider new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. You kids, no forgetting any more vital information! Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? You should have at least locked your damn door. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. There is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Kid? Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. It's not accusing if you're just saying there's another person that could be a suspect. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Oh god. Who was this person that could have committed murder? The assistant girl, the grade school boy, or the security lady? I mean... let's see, the assistant... well, it could have been her or the security lady, right? But the security lady has the power to, like, delete footage and stuff. I guess not the boy then, because he said the weapon would have been too heavy. The assistant was there. Let's say the security lady. Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. That's a good point. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. To get past the security camera. She knew the camera would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Yeah, take that. Sherlock Holmes II, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. Ooh. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! Help out your grandma! Press further. Give Granny a break, hell no. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? I think technically he would still be a suspect, really, but... Or is it being nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? I have proof. Proof? Indeed? Then let's see the proof. This shows the boy could not have committed this murder? Would it be the card key? Because he couldn't have got into the studio, right? He could have got into the employee room. I think the card key.
Take that!
The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Whew, okay, I picked the right thing. Would the witness care to comment? The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy... What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Damn, that's so rude. Prosecution will look further into this before we continue. That is all. Alright. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. They're like, oh boy. What is this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Ooh. By whom? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth? Was it Detective Gumshoe? Well, testify! Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Okay. This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Oh, silly me, I only just remembered. I always do what I'm told. Clearly not, because they tell her to, back up the photos, and she doesn't do that. This isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Okay. Okay. So you were told not to talk by the studio and the TV bigwigs. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself. We were all in on it. What? There were some other people at the studios. Who was it? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, yeah. Well, if you look at the guide map... Yeah, I want to go there. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Continue? I'm not sure. Let's see. They said they had nothing to do with it. Keep pressing her. This is a trial for murder. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. Oh my god. So you got your bonus and you still talk. Yeah, should you really be admitting to that in the courtroom? Okay. Okay. Then I think we're good. We have learned there were others at the studios. The director and the producer, and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information. And more information about these other people. I understand, Your Honor. He looks like he's so constipated. This ends the day's proceedings. Okay. So I'm guessing we'll go back to the studios and maybe talk to these other people later. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I... We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag, I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Okay, that... Yeah. I think that's a good stopping point. And then we'll continue this, episode later. So anyway, thank y'all for watching, as always, and I'll finish this one next time, probably. I hope it's not too much longer. Thank you, and see y'all later.